What's happening? We back with another episode of Family Come First TV, and we got a special guest in the building today, Big LA.
What's happening?
What's up? What's up?
What's crazy?
Now, before we start the interview, I want to start off by asking you, mentally, how are you?
Man, I'm good, man. You know, just trying to make it through.
Yeah, right.
I swear.
So this is your first time on the channel, so I do want to start from the beginning.
Okay.
Now, where are you from?
I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I was born in the projects, in the Hilliers, 2030 some state.
And how was it for you growing up?
Well, my mama died when I was 6, so that's just a start. My mama died, you know, I had to end up coming to Minnesota later on down the line. But for a boy who loses his mama at 6, I only can tell you how that feel. You know how that feel. So I had to deal with it, man, but I had a lot of love and support from both sides.
So, all right. So was your father around?
Yeah. You know, my dad was around. He definitely was around.
Mm-hmm.
He just is doing him. But he ain't never leaving me, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the one thing about my dad. He always was right there. You get what I'm saying? He was dealing with his own mental stuff and things that was going on in his life. But besides all that, he still was right there. So,
all right.
You don't ever want to sit back and bash your dad.
All right.
You know, so I love my dad.
So, were you the only child, or?
No. I'm the only boy.
Okay.
I got 3 sisters. You know what I'm saying? My mom only had 2.
All right.
2 kids, a boy and a girl. And I got 2 sisters from my dad.
So, were you the youngest, or?
I got 2 sisters that's older than me.
Okay.
So I'm older than my little sister.
Oh, okay. So you like
in the middle.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So.
Okay. Now, you said your mother passed away when you were 6, right?
Yeah.
You want to speak on that? Like, what exactly happened?
Well, she had epilepsy, and she had a seizure in the bathtub and drowned. And she died.
So how did your life change after that situation?
Man, you know, like I said earlier, man, a boy growing up without his mama is a horrible thing, man. That shit just turns you into a different kind of animal. Because you grow up without that love. You know how your mama hug you, kiss you, baby, it's gonna be alright. See, I ain't never get none of that. You know what I'm saying? I got it from my grandma, but that's different. Because it's my grandma, it's like my mama. It just turns you into somebody else.
Right. So this took place all in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
So were you getting in trouble in Chicago at the time, or was it you still just dealing with the emotions of your mother passing away and still kind of
just dealing with the emotions? You know, I was too young really to get in trouble.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was young. Just trying to just stomach it all and trying to figure it all out. You know what I'm saying? At a young age. And then once I figured out my mom was gone, then what you gonna do next? You know what I'm saying? So you tend to try to figure it out.
So we're in Minnesota right now. So at one point in time, you had to make a transition from Chicago to here.
Yeah.
Was that when you were younger or as an adult?
When I was younger. I came up here when I was like 10.
Okay.
I came back. Like I was moving back and forth. I think when I was about like 13 is when I just was like, man, I'm up here.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was up here.
So were you living with your father when you came up here, or was it?
I was living with my grandma.
Okay.
My grandma and my father. It was kind of like bouncing between both houses.
Okay. Now, how was that? Not actually having like a stable, this is my home.
Man, because my grandma knew she did the best she could. She ended up buying a house on the soft because of me and my sister. So, you know, she did the best she could, man. And I love her for that. She did the best she know how, man. And she ain't ever turned her back on me. You feel what I'm saying? So, my dad ain't either. But it's different when you grow up without a mother. That love is different. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just different, man. Like I said earlier, it should turn you to an animal.
Yeah.
Turn to somebody else, but you learn to deal with it, man.
Yeah.
And you tend to figure out
Yeah. So, did you see a difference in living in Minnesota and Chicago?
Yeah, it's a big difference. It's a big difference, man. It's when I'm in Chicago, you know, you're around your mama's side, so they tend to gravitate towards you a little bit more when it's your mama's side.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? My daddy's side, they gravitated towards me, but I think I was naturally more closer to my mom.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how that went.
Okay. Now you keep speaking on your mother passing, how it turned you into a monster. Did that anger and that pain, did it show itself when you came to Minnesota?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got getting in trouble, fighting, you know what I'm saying, going to jail, all kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it definitely did. I'm gonna went to jail for the rest of my life behind that.
Well, when you were younger, this is event.
When I was older.
Oh, you was older? Okay.
Yeah, after I started selling candy and, you know, just doing all kind of extra stuff.
Oh, okay.
Starting to figure out how to get some money, at least trying to get some money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That spilled over into other stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay. So at a young age, then you realized that you needed some bread, and you were just out here trying to sell candy.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, still staying on you being as a teen, an event occurred and something dramatic happened to you when you were about 15 years old, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
At 15 years old, you were shot by the police.
Yeah, I was shot by the Minneapolis police.
Okay. And this was this at the apartment building across the street from your grandma's house?
Yep, it was at the apartment building across the street from my grandma's house. My dad was outside at the time. My dad was the manager for that apartment building.
Okay.
And he was outside, you know, he was telling us to go in the house with me and my cousins. We running around, me, Fred, all of us running around. And we shoot each other, you know, not up here, but, you know, down, from the waist down.
Mm-hmm.
But we playing.
Yeah.
We're adolescents.
Yeah.
So we shooting at each other. Cab driver rolled past and he called the police. Said he seen some kids, somebody running around with guns. So we ain't thinking nothing of it. They even called the police in the back, in the alley. They waiting on us. We just running around. I run out the back door, slip forward, drop my gun, because Fred, my cousin, running behind me.
Yeah.
And we playing, we running. We ain't thinking about the police.
Yeah.
I get up, run, I get shot in the back. No freeze, no nothing.
And these were BB guns.
There's BB guns, and man, that just added more fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
On top of that, yeah.
So what was it? So what happened after the shooting?
After the shooting, everything was different.
Yeah.
My arm, everything. It's just everything changed. You know what I'm saying? I used to want to be a police officer. I used to want to be a police officer.
Yeah.
When I was little, I used to sit back and, you know, you play like cops and robbers and
Yeah.
stuff like that. You know, you really don't know the difference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when I got shot by them, that changed everything.
Yeah.
I wanted to play basketball. There's a lot of things I wanted to do, but me getting shot, that stopped it.
So what was the negative effect physically then?
Man, my arm, my limitation of arm, a shorter breath, half of the lung, everything. It strewed me, like the making fun of because of my arm. You know what I'm saying? Like, they did a lot. They did a lot to this arm, man. But that's good. You know, I've been working on it. Trying to strengthen it up.
So what was so I'm assuming the ambulance came, took you to the hospital. How long were you in the hospital for?
I was in a coma for like 3 months.
Oh, he was in a coma.
Yeah, I was in a coma for like 3 months behind that weekend shot.
Oh man, that's wild. So you get shot, you're in a coma. Physical therapy?
Yeah, I did physical therapy.
Okay, and as all this is going on, what are the police saying?
Man, Man, the police justified it. They said that I pointed the gun at them, which I don't see. How could I point a gun at you and get shot in the back?
Yeah.
That don't make sense.
Exactly.
I would have got shot in the front.
Yeah.
So that means y'all got scared?
Yeah.
That ain't what y'all trained for, man.
Yeah, that's
so
wild.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got away with it.
They got away with it.
Man, yeah, we sued them and we lost the lawsuit. They justified it.
Mm.
You know, it took from me to get older for me to really understand like the trauma and the pain behind it. Like when I'm starting to work out, like, man, I can't do this, I can't do that, or I can't do this, I can't do that because it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So your attitude toward the police after that?
Oh man.
It was over with?
Man, it was just like any other man, fuck the police.
Mm-hmm.
That's just fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how they made me feel. You know what I'm saying? When they steady do the same thing that I got done to me, they still killing people and getting off. Like, it was another dude that got shot around the time that I got shot. His name was Tysell Nelson. I don't know what happened with Tysell, but I do remember his name.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember his name being mentioned around the time when I got shot.
All right. So this is something that's been going on as far as police brutality for a while.
Yeah. It's been going on for a while, man. It just, like, we don't get no love.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, we don't ever get no love. And it's crazy because no matter what you do in life, you try to clean it up, do everything, you still don't get no love.
Mm-hmm. So when you get out the hospital, you do your physical therapy. What are the what mentally where are you at in life? Like after you get out of the hospital, you doing the physical therapy. Like mentally, what would your
First of all, I remember when I tried to run and I almost tripped.
Yeah.
Over myself. That's when you take off.
Yeah.
That's when I knew it was something different. I said, man, something ain't right.
Yeah.
I almost ran over myself.
Yeah.
Like, this don't make no sense.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, this must be the effects of
me
getting shot. All that. It changed my life.
Yeah. So at what age did you jump into the streets, like full on? Was it after the shooting?
Definitely after the shooting. After the shooting, you know what I'm saying? After the shooting, it was more or less like, man, you can't play basketball. You can't be a police officer because they shot you.
Yeah.
You don't want to be that. That's over with. You can't do nothing. So what else you do? You go to the streets. You try to figure out how to survive. Your mama dead. Your grandma, she taking care of you the best way she know how. You know what I'm saying? I could have went and got a job, but you frustrated, you mad. You know, why is this happening to me? Why all this happening to me? How you deal with it? And man, I went to the streets, took it out on the streets. And that's what it was.
So do you think that shooting had like a real big part of like I'm jumping in the streets?
Yeah.
Like not even trying to find.
Man, I know it did, man, because you really don't. I started to feel like it wasn't no other way.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like it wasn't no other way, man. Your body breathing different. Like you just tend to say fuck it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like when you go through certain pain, certain things in life, man, it tend to make you say fuck the world, some shit. You don't be meaning to say that, but that's just the way. Yeah, that's the way that it goes, man. Sometimes, man.
Now, how deep are you in the streets? Like,
I was in there. You know what I'm saying? I was in there real deep. I was in there hustling my whole life, sold up my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I made a lot of money. I was in there. I was in there deep, night and day. Breathe, sleep. That's all I did.
Yeah.
Hustle and gangbang. Hustle, gangbang. Dumb stuff, though. Shit that it ain't gonna matter right now today.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it was like, it was almost like it was a waste of time, but I didn't know that like I know it today.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I had to go through what I went through in order for me to understand that was a waste of time. You don't need none of that, but you gotta go through certain things.
Yeah. Now, did you have like your own little crew?
Yeah, man, there was a lot of us, man. I actually started a clique called Goodfellas.
Okay.
It was me and my homeboy, he got killed. And my homeboy got double life. And it's a lot of us.
Double life. Can you speak on why the one friend got killed and also how your one friend got double life?
It's beefing. It's gangbanging, beefing. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part about it, man, he got killed for nothing. Because he didn't even do it. What they killed him for, he didn't do it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's what really fucked me up is when they whacked him and he didn't even do it.
All right.
Stupid shit.
Now, isn't there like a mafia movie called Goodfellas? Is that what it was?
That's exactly.
Yeah.
That's what we started. That's exactly where we started from.
Now, you're in the streets. You're doing your thing. Now, what's your mentality?
Man,
Is it?
Man, my mentality now is businessman. You know
Yeah.
I had to go through what I went through. I went to prison behind it. You know what I'm saying? Behind selling dope. I went to prison. Did a year and a half, 2 years.
How was that? Like, was that your first time going to prison?
First and my only time.
So how was that first night? Can you describe that first night?
Oh man. What was the first night? What about when the judge hit that thing?
Yeah.
When the judge said start now, I said, what? Who you talking to? But, you know, you gotta stand up.
Yeah.
That's a part of the standing up part.
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do? You gotta stand up. So I had to go do my time. But when I was doing my time, I matured and I seen like, man, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
I'm straight. And seeing the dudes that's there thinking it's cool, and everybody they cool with it. And I'm in there like, So when I got out, I'm like, I started barber school before I went to prison.
Yeah.
But I was trying to be slick. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna just try to cut hair.
Right. Yeah. Just get out my case.
Yeah, just get back up. See, I gotta work. Nah, you still going to prison. So I still end up going to prison. But when I was in there, I was like, man, what you gonna do when you get out?
Yeah.
Because you can't go back to the streets like, man.
It's over.
It's over with. Connects them with the prison, everything. It seemed like everything in my world started going down. And it was just time for me to change. I think that's what it was. He was just telling me it's time for you to do something else.
Yeah.
You do something else. Because I knew it was something else when I was hustling, right? And I have all this money, but I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I have all the jewelry, everything, and I wasn't happy at all.
Mm-hmm.
It was still like, man, it was too much.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like hustling is a job in itself.
Yeah.
I'd rather work a job than to sit on the door. You gotta look for the stick up, man. You gotta look for the police. It's too much.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's hard work. You gotta do a lot.
Right.
I used to just find myself like, man, I'm tired of this. Like, I'm tired. I don't want to do it no more. So maybe when I went to prison, I'm like, man, you gotta try something else, dude. So I started cutting hair. I told you the story when I started cutting hair. I almost was finna quit that.
Yeah.
And then the dude that I was working for was like, man, give yourself a chance. You tripping, man. Give yourself a chance. And so I gave myself a chance, man, and I kept on doing it. And now I got my cleaning business. That's popping. I just started popping. And cutting hair. You know, everything starting to pan out, but I had to endure what I had to endure for it to pan out.
Exactly. So now you were saying you were hustling in the streets. You can give an estimate of how much money you were making in a day? In a day?
It depends on the day. You know what I'm saying? Some days you can make 20,000. Depending on if you're making the right moves and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on like the moves you're making in the day. And then hustling, man, it's art. You feel what I'm saying? Like all this is art, gang banging art, all that. So if you ain't sitting back and you ain't studying it, or you ain't sitting back and paying attention to the moves you're making, you're not really gonna get nowhere in it. You know what I'm saying?
So, how was it touching that much money though?
And when you're young, you don't really know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't really know. You just want flashy cars. You want jewelry. You know what I'm saying? You just want all the stuff that don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So
Now, I want to go back to your first time going to prison.
my only time.
Yeah, your first and only time going. First and only time.
My only time.
Now, out of all your friends, were you like one of the ones that were blessed to only go through it one time?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and it was a year and a half, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was that like, why was it so short? You said it was a dope case, right?
Yeah, because it was like my third dope case, first of all. And so when the judge was finna give me the sentence, I had went to register in barber school.
Okay. Oh, so you registered in barber school as it's going on. Okay.
Yeah.
Got
I
you.
was going through some classes.
Yeah.
Just doing stuff to try to show them.
You're a good person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But I was just trying to get away from it.
Yeah.
Just trying to get a product. Long story short, I ended up still going to prison. You know what I'm saying? I still ended up going to prison. And then when I was in there, I was thinking about what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm. So how much time were they talking? Because I think, do lawyers be on that, like, coming in and say, hey, we're finna give you 50, but you can take 10? Do they be on that, like, plea deal type stuff?
Yeah, they definitely be on that, man. I had the same assembly.
Okay.
Which means I was on probation.
Oh, okay.
I was already on probation for my second dope case.
Okay, yeah.
So if the judge wanted to, and I knew that, I'm like, man, he can give me he can double the 36.
Yeah.
He could have gave me 72.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If he wanted to, they just give him 72 months. But that's why I was doing all the extra.
Yeah, the extras are,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he ended up giving me the 36. So on the 36, you do 2.
Okay.
3 years on 3. I did a year and a half in, 6 months halfway house.
Yeah.
Just 2 years.
Yeah. Got up out of there.
Man.
So how's the? I've heard stories about the halfway house being worse than jail. Is that a?
Yeah, man, they do, but see, I had a plan already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they told me, they say, well, you only can do one or two things. You can go to work or go to school.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
can't do both of them. I said, why not? I said, I can do both of them. He
Yeah.
said, man, if you show me you can do both of them, you can do both. I went to school in the morning. I had an hour to get to work.
Yeah.
I worked at Jimmy John. I only had about 2 or 3 jobs in my life.
Yeah.
I took the bus to Jimmy John's, parked my car at the halfway house, took the bus to Jimmy John's, threw my hood on, took the bus to Jimmy John's. 6 months. Got up out of there. Then I was done with school. So
Yeah.
I just got the cut after that.
Right. So, I'm sure when you were talking to your lawyer, they were probably trying to say, hey, if you give us some names or something like that, or give us information on this, we'll lower this or even send you to the crib. Obviously, you didn't do that.
Nah, man, you don't, you gotta tell that to your kids.
Yeah.
That story you gotta tell your kids.
Right. So with snitching, so what's the difference in the eras from when you were growing up to now? What does that snitching word mean that you can tell me if you see?
Man, snitching from when I grew up, man, it wasn't allowed, man. Niggas would die behind that. Or you wasn't allowed, like you wasn't nobody. Nowadays they make it cool. You know, he ain't snitch on me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between today and when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
The snitches allowed, and the snitches now got all the money. Like they snitching and balling.
Yeah.
I don't understand. How you snitching and balling? There's the times that we live in.
And you think that's because maybe back in your day, to be in the streets, you had to be stand up or more stand up, and whereas now it's just like it don't even matter. Anybody can be anything. Anybody can do whatever.
Man, yeah, that's exactly what it seemed like. It just seemed like, man, anybody just claiming whatever, they just doing whatever. There's no code no more. Ain't nobody being held accountable.
Now the shooting that the police did to you, it actually took place literally a block away from where they killed George Floyd.
Yeah.
When you seen that or heard about it, what was your reaction?
Man, my reaction was, man, they still doing the same thing. A lot of people was like, won't you go out there and speak? But I didn't want to go out there and speak with George Floyd moment.
Yeah,
That was George Floyd time.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I didn't want to go out there and explain what happened to me when it's his time. I'm like, I'm just going to start putting my story out there.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually people will hear my story. But I didn't want to
overshadow his.
Yeah. I didn't want to get into his thing. It was his time.
Mm-hmm. Now, with that being said, what? So why didn't you win the case? Like, what did they argue and say?
Well, they justified. They said that I pointed the BB gun at them. They said I pointed a BB gun at the police officer.
Okay.
I'm 15 at the time.
Yeah.
So it lets you know I know right from wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna point a fake gun
at the police. Yeah.
That don't even make sense. That's just stupid.
So how's your case going now?
That when I try to open it, they always tell me the statutes of limitations right now.
Mm.
But my lawyer at the time was Keith Ellison.
Mm.
It was Keith Ellison and Hassan and Reed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't ever heard nothing else from none of them.
Mm.
And this case was I ain't heard nothing else from them. With all that's going on, I would think that they would say something about my name.
Yeah.
Knowing that I lost that case.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't get no money for that case.
Yeah.
I got shot for free.
Yeah. So the police did you see them in the neighborhood after that, the police officers, or was it just?
No, you know what? I think when I was in barber school, I seen that officer.
Mm.
I was walking the subway, and he was parked. He was like at the stoplight. I won't ever forget his face. I know his face. His photograph.
Yeah.
So I know his face. You know what I'm saying? But I think I seen him. And I looked at him, man. He kind of looked at me. He probably didn't pay no attention.
Yeah.
Because he probably didn't shoot my gun.
Yeah.
That's what he do.
All right.
He shoot people.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? He don't pay that no attention.
So do you think if the case would have been brought up today, with everything that's going on, you would have won it?
Definitely, because it was evident that they was wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't say I pointed a gun at you and get shot in the back.
Mm-hmm.
If I get shot in the back, I was running away from you.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
It's only facts.
Right.
How can I be running towards you, pointing something at you, but I get shot in the back?
Right. So how long did the case take place?
What do you mean?
Like, how many days for their verdict, and it was justified, or was it just on some they didn't even go to court? It was police just saying we're justified, and it was the end of it.
Nah, they offered my dad $100,000.
So they already offering bread.
He didn't take it. Took it to trial, and I don't know how you lose it if you didn't take the offer.
Yeah, if they already
So it was some. That's why I want to. Man, if I can dig into that case, man, I bet it's something in there.
Yeah.
There's all kind of loopholes. There's something they did wrong, man, and I know they did wrong. And not only that, I'm still suffering behind it. I'm still suffering sleep patterns. Certain ways I gotta sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Certain ways I gotta lay because of my shoulder.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Like me trying to work it out and feeling like that joint ain't working. That joint ain't getting stronger. Still having to work it out. Still having to go at it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it taught me. It taught me perseverance. No matter what happens to you, you gotta keep swinging.
All right.
And that's what it is.
All right. Now, on a more positive note, Cuddy Entertainment. What is that?
Well, Cuddy Entertainment is a entertainment that I thought about a long time ago. Cuddy, Kuddy. Kings ultimately dedicated and determined year round.
Okay.
For me, determined year round. You saying? So that's what I thought about Cuddy Entertainment when I thought about it. And the first time I tried to do it, I didn't do it with all of me.
Yeah.
I tried to bring somebody else
Okay.
with my thing.
Yeah.
And that's why I went wrong.
Okay.
That's why I didn't go nowhere. Like
All right.
I wanted it to.
All right.
Next, I'm gonna do it again, but I'm gonna do it solely me.
All right. And what was it, like a party promoting?
Yeah, it was like, man, I got so many things I want to do with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I got so many ideas, man. Parties, concerts, you know what I'm saying? Bringing up people. But, you know, I got a lot of ideas. I don't want to say too much.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
People steal your ideas.
Yeah.
You are stealing your ideas, so.
Mm-hmm. But you guys did bring people up there when it first started, right?
Yeah. I brought Shorty Low and Bon B. That was the first 2 concerts that I did. Then I turned around and did some comedy stuff with it, like later on.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up doing, I had 2 comics that I was playing with it. One of the comics ended up going to jail. One of the comics I still talk to this day. But, you know, I'll be playing, man. You gotta throw 100 things at the wall.
Yeah.
That's me. I throw 100 things at the wall. Some of them stick.
Right. Exactly.
That's the hustle in me.
Exactly.
I'm a hustler. You know what I'm saying? I like hustling.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I love hustling.
Now, right now, what is your mentality in, or where are you at mentally right now, and also, how are you doing in life right now?
Man, where I'm at mentally is, man, I want it. I want it. And I'm going to get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm great. You know what I'm saying? I'm anxious. I'm focused. I'm growing. I'm just trying to get better in my life.
Right. Now, before we get out of here, is there a positive message you can give to the youth?
Yeah, man. You got to grind. You got to stay focused. You got to keep God first. You have to pay attention. You can read books. Respect your elders. And listen. Listen. You know, I'll be alright.
All right. There you have it. Again, Big LA. I'm so grateful and thankful that you sat down in front of this camera to tell your story.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to do everything I can to get this out, man. For real.
Oh, yeah. And it'll get out there.
That's a fact. That's a fact.